It's possible.
Okay, so not totally against that possibility.
No, not at all. I feel good. Working hard each and every day. And I can't wait for 2020.
Like Floyd career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight. And that's what led him to be.
Mayweather recently dropped a major announcement about a possible return to the ring in 2026, this time against Terence Crawford. On the other side, Coach Bernie made it clear where he stands. If a prime Crawford ever faced a prime Mayweather, he's rolling with money all day. He said Floyd would dismantle Crawford just like he did every other challenger, using those crisp body shots, tight hooks, and razor-sharp jabs. His defense, his timing, that ability to disappear the second a punch comes. Bernie believes it would drive Crawford crazy. By the 6th or 7th round, Floyd would have taken over completely, dictating the fight like only he can.
Just hypothetically speaking, just looking at, two fighters, you got Floyd and you got Crawford in their prime. Who you picking?
Can we all give an opinion on that?
Yeah, you want to?
Yeah, I got an opinion on that too.
Coach, what you think?
I'm listening to you, Rep.
Floyd versus a prime Mayweather. We can go Pretty Boy, we can go Money May versus Terence Crawford in his prime. Who we got?
I think Money May would have shut Crawford down. He would have bored him to sleep like he do these fighters.
Yeah.
He would have jabbed him, hooked him, just stick him in the body. You know what I'm saying? And then when the fighters swing back, Floyd nowhere to be found. So mentally, that drained him.
Yeah.
And about the 6th or 7th round, that's when you start picking up, putting the combination together.
Floyd Mayweather has revealed that talks are already underway for a potential comeback fight in 2026, and Terence Crawford's name is right at the top of that list. Still, what's even more intriguing is that Floyd isn't shutting the door. He's made it clear, if the deal makes sense, he's ready to step back into the ring.
Against that you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
It's on it. It's on it. It's been talks. It's possible.
Okay, so not totally against that possibility.
No, not at all. I feel good. Working hard each and every day. And
Terence Crawford also took a moment to reflect on Floyd Mayweather's legendary career, saying that Floyd's success was shaped by the era he came up in, a time that gave him the chance to face and conquer a long list of champions. Crawford pointed out that Mayweather didn't just beat the best, he beat the most, all while earning more money than anyone else, cementing a legacy that's nearly impossible to top.
Like Floyd career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight. And that's what led him to be so great, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy.
In addition, Alexander Usyk made a bold statement, declaring Terence Crawford the best boxer in the world right now. Usyk admitted that Crawford holds the top spot, even above himself, praising his skill, discipline, and ability to dominate across multiple weight divisions.
Best boxer, in your opinion, right now?
European?
No, the world. Best fighter in the world, yeah.
I think it's Terence Crawford.
Many believe it's you. Many believe you're the best fighter.
No, I'm not the best fighter of the world. It's Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford, number one.
Terence Crawford didn't shy away from addressing the long-standing debate about how he'd fare against Floyd Mayweather in their primes. With complete confidence, Crawford declared that he would beat Floyd at his very best, and he said it with conviction, not arrogance. He acknowledged Mayweather's genius-level defense and unmatched ring IQ, but firmly believes his own skill set is more complete. Crawford highlighted his lightning-fast reflexes, his ability to switch stances effortlessly, and his knack for reading opponents as the fight unfolds, all tools he says would give him the edge. His words made it clear. He's not intimidated by Mayweather's legend. He truly believes that his prime could outshine even the greatest version of Money Mayweather.
Wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah.
Timothy Bradley didn't hesitate to throw his full support behind that take, confidently saying that Crawford would have beaten Mayweather if they had faced off in their primes. Bradley broke it down clearly. Crawford's versatility, his deep arsenal of skills, and his smooth ability to switch from orthodox to southpaw make him a nightmare to prepare for. He pointed out that Floyd, for all his brilliance, has historically struggled with sharp counterpunchers, those who can catch him as he adjusts to southpaws or quick, explosive hitters. According to Bradley, Crawford's combination of size, aggression, and adaptability would have kept Mayweather guessing all night long. And when you mix that with Crawford's deadly timing and accuracy, Bradley said even a prime money, Mayweather might have found himself in deep water.
Floyd Mayweather's a GOAT. Oh, absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too. He will beat him too. He got everything it takes to beat Floyd. Floyd struggled in the first half against Zab Judah. Zab Judah, a damn terrific fighter. Terrific fighter, but he ain't no damn Terence Crawford. Especially from the southpaw position. Floyd didn't like fighting southpaws. Floyd reached with that right hand. You think he's gonna reach against one of the best back foot counterpunchers in the game? He gonna reach with that right hand against Crawford? He gonna get slept reaching with that back hand the way he reached.
Shane Mosley, a man who's actually been in the ring with Floyd Mayweather, added even more weight to Crawford's side of the debate. Mosley didn't mince words, saying straight up that Crawford is the more complete fighter when it comes to pure ability and skill, not just in a hypothetical matchup, but overall. He pointed out that Crawford's size would play a major role, noting that he carries real power and physical strength that Floyd never had in the higher weight classes. Mosley praised Crawford's versatility too. The way he can box from range, fight inside, press the action, or sit back and counter with precision. In Mosley's eyes, that full package makes Crawford one of the most complete fighters in the sport. And when you put all that together, Mosley said, even at his absolute best, Mayweather would have a hard time keeping Crawford under control.
Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is...
Jeff Mayweather, Floyd's uncle and trusted trainer, offered a more layered and insightful perspective on the debate. He reflected on Floyd's iconic bout with the young Canelo Alvarez, a fight that, while dominant on paper, told a deeper story. Jeff admitted that the matchup wasn't pure domination, but rather a showcase of Canelo's early promise. Canelo, he explained, was still growing, still learning the craft, while Floyd was already at the height of his experience and mastery of the ring. To Jeff, that fight symbolized more than just Floyd's brilliance. It highlighted the power of timing in boxing. Floyd didn't just beat Canelo. He seized the perfect moment, catching a rising star before he reached his true peak.
Remember, Canelo at that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he still took him, into deep waters. So
what was Canelo? What, 20-something? 20 what? 23? 20?
Jeff Mayweather also pointed out an often overlooked truth. A fighter's prime usually comes in their 20s, when strength, reflexes, and speed are all firing at their peak. That context, he said, is key. Floyd's win over Canelo came when Floyd was 36, well past the age when most fighters are at their physical best. Jeff believed that the victory wasn't about raw athleticism, but about Floyd's intelligence, experience, and flawless timing inside the ring. It showed how he could outthink younger opponents, even when their physical tools were sharper. Jeff explained that this makes any prime versus prime debate complicated, because everything depends on how you define a fighter's true prime, and how much age and timing really shape the outcome of a great matchup.
Very young, he had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah,
but man, that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people.
How you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you're at 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose? I mean,
your prime is in your 20s.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, and that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
But I mean, want
to make himself look like he did something.
Trainer Bradman Edwards took a more thoughtful stance, saying a showdown between Mayweather and Crawford would have been painfully close. Two warriors with real paths to victory. But he urged everyone to stay grounded in the now, reminding fans to let Crawford enjoy his shine instead of constantly stacking him against yesterday's greats. Edwards didn't hold back on how legends like Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. sometimes carry themselves, pointing out how they often send the wrong message by competing with or tearing down rising stars instead of lifting them up. To him, boxing should celebrate today's champions while respecting its past, not divide them.
It's a close fight. You know, it's things Floyd do better. It's things that Bud do better. But I'd rather not say, and I'm not going to just lie and just say nothing, and make up something just to... I got my opinion on, how the fights would go, and, but I think we should just let the man enjoy his great moment. He's a great fighter. And I see a lot of immature stuff, and I don't like the way things is going with Floyd and Roy. They two guys that a lot of the younger guys look up to, and they taking shots at each other in the media because of the who's better and all that kind of stuff. So, I just want to see Bud enjoy his moment. And, unfortunately, they didn't fight. They could have made, they kind of two different eras though, even though they was fighting at the same time. Floyd kind of was doing his different thing over there with PBC, and Bud's a lot young, about 10 years younger than him. So it didn't happen, and we got to just live with it.
Finally, the analyst made a daring claim, saying that when you factor in career choices, Crawford might just edge out Mayweather. He pointed to Crawford's leap into danger, taking on a powerful top super middleweight and jumping 3 weight classes, something he believes Mayweather would have never dared to do. That single move, he said, revealed Crawford's fearlessness, his hunger to test himself against the best, and his courage to step far outside his comfort zone. In his view, Crawford's willingness to take those risks makes him the bolder, and perhaps even greater, fighter when legacy is measured by ambition. Yes, Mayweather's career was built with surgical precision and unmatched brilliance, but Crawford's story, it burns differently.
Bud Crawford, greater than Floyd Mayweather, or better than Floyd Mayweather. Greater is a little bit different. Greater is impact, resume, all that shit, but better. Terence Bud Crawford, after what he did last night, is better than Floyd Mayweather because there is no way Floyd Mayweather would attempt to do that crazy shit. See, that's the insane Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler after being gone for 5 years type shit. Never being at middleweight, first fight at middleweight, being against Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Terence Bud Crawford, never been a middleweight. The most he's been is super welterweight, and he was only there once. And he's fighting at 168 against one of the greatest super middleweights of all time, one of the greatest middleweights of all time, pound for pound, one of the greatest fighters of all time, reigning undisputed champion at super middleweight. That is unheard of, and that's...
Max Kellerman pointed out that Floyd Mayweather's resume stands among the most remarkable in boxing history, packed with champions and iconic names across multiple divisions. Still, he noted, what sets Terence Crawford apart is his fearless readiness to face anyone, anywhere. It's that raw, unfiltered courage, Kellerman suggested, that often contrasts with Mayweather's more calculated approach, the careful timing and strategic choices that kept him in control, but sometimes out of danger.
If you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone.
Bob Arum, who's worked closely with both fighters, didn't hesitate when asked in a prime-for-prime showdown. He'd pick Crawford. He explained that Crawford's adaptability and smooth ability to switch stances give him something special, a weapon that lets him adjust to anything Mayweather might throw his way. In Arum's eyes, it's that blend of sharp ring IQ and elite skill that would ultimately tip the scales and earn Crawford the win.
On Crawford or Mayweather, prime for prime?
Crawford.
Really? Why? Just
because Crawford is a unique kind of fighter that other fighters haven't seen. And the ability that he has to switch, fighters aren't used to that. They don't train for that. And, I just think Crawford is a very, very unique.
Jim Lampley noted that a Crawford-Mayweather showdown would be mesmerizing, largely because of their strikingly different styles. He described Mayweather's wins as paint jobs, masterful displays of control, precision, and defense. Crawford, on the other hand, breaks opponents down piece by piece and often finishes them with unmistakable dominance. That contrast, Lampley said, is exactly what would make a prime-for-prime clash between the two so thrilling, artful control versus ruthless authority. A perfect storm for boxing fans.
That's a completely different fight, all right? Because Spence has been given to believe that he's every bit as good an offensive fighter as Terence Crawford or anybody else that he's going to be in with. So he learned something different Saturday night. But Floyd Mayweather never disabused himself of the understanding that he was a more of a backup counterpuncher than a go-forward counterpuncher, regardless of what he did to Diego Corrales. And that's a different kind of approach and effect than what Crawford achieved the other night. So that a Floyd Mayweather beatdown or one-sided win was much more of a paint job than what
Sean Porter called Terence Crawford a true chess master inside the ring, a fighter who thinks several moves ahead, breaks opponents down mentally, and adapts on the fly. At the same time, he spoke with deep respect for Floyd Mayweather, hailing him as the ultimate OG of boxing, the man who set the gold standard for dominance, business savvy, and longevity. Porter emphasized that no matter how far Crawford's success goes, Mayweather's legacy is already carved in stone.
A lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in the fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that
yes,
fight.
Yes, sir. I love you, Terence.
Always figures it out.
Yeah, he's a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ in that
shit
is
crazy. The funny thing about it is Terence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true. But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody
somewhere.
got a pioneer, right? Yeah, you gotta.
There's an OG you can't out-figure out.
That wraps up today's video. But now it's your turn. What do you think about this debate? How do you see the comparison between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. And before you go, make sure to check out the other videos waiting for you right over there.